I'm at the Guler Ice Cave entrance to near Mount Adams, Washington. This is the third entrance from the south. This is a relatively hard entrance. I have to climb in on the rocks to get there. During the winter, it'd be covered with ice. It'd be very, very dangerous. This is August 23rd, 2022. So I have a little bit of dry rock here. So you can see though, it's been worn smooth by people using it. So I'm only about 6 feet up. It could probably just drop down, but I really don't want to drop off a cliff to save a little climbing. That sounds not particularly good idea. So instead, I'm going to crawl along this cliff here. So it's interesting, I'm in this one tube. That's the way to the next entrance. I'll do that in a minute. So here's the entrance I climbed down. It's right in the middle of the tube. It looks like you can go left or right, but what it really is you can go around behind the entrance and make a loop. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here. Last time I was here, I came in the winter when there was ice, so it was much more difficult and dangerous to get through here because I didn't want to get hurt and I didn't want to damage the ice. I don't know if you could tell, the floor is covered in breakdown rock, but it's kind of level. The ceiling is getting lower and lower. So even though I'm standing up now, I'm going to have to be crouching down just a bit. Make sure I don't hit my head. Notice the floor here is mostly just mud. I couldn't tell you how deep the mud is. Maybe it's actually just less than an inch deep. Maybe it's actually 4 feet deep, and this cave is really huge. Darn if I know. But you see, I'm at the end of the cave now. Let me turn around. Notice there's natural light. That's the way out. This is the way I just came. So right here in the middle, that's where the entrance was. I just climbed down. Oops, hang on, my flashlight glitched. Okay. You see, the ceiling comes down. The cave is filled with mud. The next entrance, the second entrance, is just through there. If you were to dig out the mud, you could probably get through. But I'm not here to pretend I'm on an excavation trip. Leave the cave as natural as possible. Notice the wall here. Got a cool gap in it. Even though it's mostly smooth, it's got all sorts of little nooks and crannies where bugs can live or whatever. Wow, see what I mean? All sorts of interesting stuff up here. So now I'm back to the original entrance, this third entrance where I climbed down just now. I said 1 minute. It's been 4 minutes. All right, there might have been some rounding error. Anyway, wow, look at that wasp. Oh shoot, I think I just inhaled a bug. Yummy. Anyway, I'm going to turn off my lights a second so you can look at this. There's ferns, lichen, moss, all sorts of stuff growing. Very nice. But look at this. I got to show you this. I don't think you'll believe me without proof. Look at the size of this tree. Right on top of the cave. That sucker is at least 2 feet in diameter. It's right on top of the cave. Now the thickness here of the ground. So this is the ceiling of the cave, or the roof of the cave. To ground level, that distance is called overburden. It's only like 10 feet here. So that 10 feet of rock is holding up that whole tree. That tree is huge. It's 100 feet tall easily. So yeah. All right, let's see if my flashlight is going to do this any good. Might have to switch flashlights pretty soon. Wow, look at all this stuff growing. Kind of creepy, huh? Very pretty though. So there's that entrance that climbed down. I went over there to the left, made a loop around behind. Even here inside where there's no direct sunlight, there's a nice patch of moss. All sorts of bugs crawling around or flying around. Wow. Like I said, they're not bugging me at all. They're not mosquitoes or anything, so I seriously don't mind. If you're afraid of bugs, just come here in the winter when all the bugs are hibernating or whatever. But yeah, look at this wall. All sorts of little holes to explore. No bugs here though. Maybe they like to stay where there's light. I'm assuming they have eyes like the rest of us. It's like that stupid phrase, blind as a bat. Bats aren't blind, they got eyeballs, they can see just fine. But I don't know how they got that phrase, blind as a bat. It makes no sense. Once people get in the habit of saying something like that, they don't care if it's true or false. They just like to use it anyway. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here so you can enjoy. Look how green it is. It's like that movie, The Fifth Element. Super green. So yeah, I'm at another entrance now. This would be the fourth entrance, counting from the south to north. This is the way I just came in. Ceiling's like 10 feet tall. Entrance is maybe 30 feet wide. And then the overburden, probably close to 10 feet. Very stable cave. If it wasn't for all the ice, it'd be a very safe cave. Okay, that's an oxymoron, but you know what I mean. But yeah, if I keep going ahead, there's some more cave here. If I remember right, it's pretty difficult to climb down there. I don't know if I'll bother today. I'll come back and check it out in a minute. And then over here, there's a little nook back there. I'll get that in a separate video. And then here's that the way out to the fourth entrance. I'm gonna head back the way I came, finish my video at the third entrance. I just like how there's all this green. So pretty, it's not even funny. It's almost like it glows in the dark, it's so bright. It's weird, I don't know if the camera's picking up. You can actually see the third entrance, little natural light from the third entrance here. So some people would argue this isn't even technically a cave. It's a natural bridge because it's got natural light everywhere. That's one way to put it. I would call it a cave just because the sign by the road says ice cave. Who might argue with a piece of wood?